Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It. You are here with Jason Ott, and today we are going to speak on a topic. So this topic is going to be on the clients I take. The clients I take have to have one primary goal. I don't care if you have 10, 20, 30 different other goals, but you have to have a primary focus in order for me and you to vibe, okay? And this is the focus that I want to steer my industry towards, which would be like personal training, health coaching, nutrition coaching, dietitians, nutritionists, that type of field. I want to steer this industry towards that, but also every other sort of health industry. And that is this. It's got to be based on longevity. Because if I'm not giving you information that's based on that first and foremost, everything after that doesn't matter. It really does not matter. Because if we don't have our health, none of the other health goals matter. You're not going to do anything performance-based. You're not going to be able to go exercise. You're not going to be able to spend time with your family or grandkids. It just doesn't matter. So where I'm at now in my career is I want people focused on living a long, sustainable, independent life so that when they come to retirement, they are not on medications. And if they are, we are going to get them off. At least we will try, okay? So that's the information I share. That is the information that exists in Western medicine. You just got to know where to look and find for it. That is the information that exists in, depending on where, if you know where to look for it, in health coaching, nutrition coaching, exercise, herbalism, functional medicine, lifestyle medicine. This is where everything's going. This is where it's going. This is where it's moving, because the epidemic of chronic illness and disease is through the roof in America. So I'm here to change that conversation. So my client has to have a primary goal of longevity. Secondary, they need to be ready to learn how. Because this is the second part of what I need people to understand is we live in the information age. I get it. There are articles everywhere. There are videos everywhere, including mine on YouTube. I get it. But unless you are doing it and you're living it and you are an active example of whatever you're trying to learn, you do not know what you are supposed to do or how to do it. So I want you focused on longevity, and I want you ready to learn how. We know a lot of what's. In the information age and around the world, everyone knows what's. And that's like the hip thing. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of that? This person's woke, this one's not. And everyone wants to know what. But nobody is a practitioner. Very few people, including people in my industry, practice what they preach. Very few. Very few. Because if you know, you do. And this is my point. Once I knew without a shadow of a doubt that if I ate, lived, thought a certain way, I will not have colitis. I will not have high blood pressure anymore. I lived it because I knew. When you know something, you do it. My gas tank's running on. Oh man, the gas light came on. I have 43 miles until I need to fill up. You know you need gas, so you are going to get your ass to stop and get some gas. People say they know and they understand my message, but they don't. Because if you read the books that I've read, if you've seen the things I've seen in people, if you've experienced what I have the last 10 plus years professionally, you would be doing it. So you're going to get your weight loss. Okay, if we talk about longevity first and I start teaching you about the foods and the lifestyle needed to live a long, healthy, active life, the same things that promote your weight loss promote your longevity. We just haven't been taught that way. So in order for us to rebuild someone's body, in order for someone to heal naturally, there's certain organs and systems that have to improve. You don't overcome disease, especially dietary disease. And dietary disease and weight gain are interlinked. If I start getting high blood pressure, if I start getting high cholesterol, if I start becoming pre-diabetic, if I start having blockage in my heart, these are all part of your filtration system. And what do I mean about that? Or circulatory system, I should say. I call it filtration because I'm worried about how efficiently these processes are working. How strong is my stomach acid? How much bile am I producing because my liver is super healthy? How much can I efficiently take and metabolize and digest this information? How are my adrenals doing on my kidneys? These things that keep our energy up and keep our metabolism up, that's what I really care about. So if I clean up someone's stomach acid, which allows you to break food down more easily. So no matter if you're a weight loss client or you're somebody trying to add muscle mass, if your stomach acid is better, you are going to eat food, and every bit of food that comes in our body, it hits that stomach acid and enzymes in our stomach and microbiome in our stomach, and what happens? We begin breaking down that food, and your body goes through this process of taking all the nutrients that are very good for us that we need to survive and have healthy cells, and your body takes those and it starts to send them and pick them up and take them different places in your body so that you can have a strong, healthy body. The other half of that is all the waste, the stuff that are the chemicals, the things in the food that we shouldn't be eating that we need to get out of our body. Depending on the health of your internal organ function, you either get rid of those chemicals or they get stored and sit in your body for years and years and years and years. So if your stomach acid's stronger, if your digestive enzymes are stronger, if your microbiome's stronger, that's your metabolism. If your liver's stronger, if your kidneys are stronger, that's your metabolism. If your pancreas is stronger, that's your metabolism. So the same things that improve these conditions of diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure, high cholesterol, the better those get, the better your metabolism gets. They go hand in hand, but we don't teach that. We think it's separate. Well, if I don't have these diseases or whatever it may be, why am I gaining weight or what's going on? We blame a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, if you clean up the organs inside the body, if you get them to function better, your health becomes better and you'll achieve whatever goal you need. So the clients that I'm going to take on, that's what we're going to be focused on. Longevity first. We'll get your weight loss a close second, or if you're an athlete, we'll get your muscle mass and all that stuff and get your strength program going. If you're an endurance athlete, great. But we don't have anything without our health. Health is wealth out here. And then we have to understand three things. And when we evolve, that's we need to understand our why, we need to understand what to do, and we need to understand how to do it. 99% of people have no why. Longevity being first is your why, okay, for me. So I want people with a why of longevity and organ health and sustainability. I want you to be able to be functionally living, not in a nursing home living. That's not what I mean by longevity. So your why has to be, I want to live long, man. I want to be healthy. I want to be dependent. I don't want to be independent. I want to be independent, not dependent because I'm on medications and need to be in a nursing home. We don't want that. Then what? Well, most people know what not to eat. We know not to eat this, but we still do because we don't have a strong why. We know what foods have protein. We rarely know what foods help our liver or what foods help our kidneys or lymphatic system or immune system or digestive system. But we know some what's, and then we need to learn how. And so most of the time when someone comes to me, I help you identify a why, a strong why. I teach you some new what's or just kind of actually move them around because most people have a good idea. They're just confused because we're in the information age. And then we work on how. How can we make this happen? And then we begin to break that process down. When you have a strong emotional why of like, if you're a mother or father and you have kids, and your why is I want to be here for my kids, but I've been diagnosed now in my early 30s or late 30s or early 40s, and I have a condition, and I'm scared to death because I'm just now getting to the point in my life where I have a good career and I'm watching my kids grow up, and now what? Well, the facts remain that majority of Americans will be on a medication by the time they hit retirement, and the end of our life is just that, in a nursing home, period. In a nursing home. In America, that's the way it goes. Unless you die way before then, you're in a nursing home. Go take a tour. I just watched my mom be in one for over 10 years until she passed away at the age of 59 years old. So I know what that life is like, and there's no way in hell I'm going there. So I live the correct lifestyle. That's where my passion comes from. I don't want people to go down that road as much as I don't want to. So the clients I want to come see me understand this and have a deep-rooted emotional why. There are some people that come see me that don't have that why, and I bring them that message which usually is a really hard message to accept because you start to realize, holy crap, I never thought about that. Everyone just always, the weight loss industry makes it seem like if I lose weight, I'm healthy. And there's this book called How Not to Diet. Oh, that book is going to show us what that's about by Dr. Michael Greger. So not all diets are good for internal organ function or life expectancy. A diet like the Atkins diet, you might have lost a lot of weight, but your organs took a hit. They took a hit because that type of diet that induced rapid weight loss was not good for long-term organ function. And that is the difference, okay? We have our thoughts too much on external things and not on internal things. And that includes our own self and understanding oneself. But most importantly, when it comes to our health, our priorities are jacked up a little bit. So once we realize we need to invest in home base and take care of myself, then you can give more to the rest of the world and you can live a little bit better life in that realm. The clients, though, as I said, that are coming my way, they get this. The message I preach, they get this. The resources I share with you, we get this. This is where all things are going to be turning here in the future because the rates here in America are staggering. My generation and below, 1 and 2 will have cancer. I've said it so many times because we need to know what's coming. Because if we know what's coming, just like empowered prevention is, we can prevent diseases from coming into the body if we change the way we live. And if you spend time eating every day, every meal, food as medicine, food as medicine. I'm eating this because it strengthens my liver. I'm eating this because it's going to improve my lymphatic system. I'm eating this because it's going to boost my immune system. I'm eating this because it's actually heart healthy. That's a good thing. That's where we want to be. That's where true power is. That's when you're going to take control of your life and you're going to be able to lead a happy and healthy life. Leave you with this. The blue zones, I've mentioned them many times. The blue zones, they understand this. They understand this because in multiple blue zones, their highest form of medicine is prevention. They live a certain way of life to protect their temple, their body, to keep healthy because that matters more than anything in this world. We can't have this mindset of YOLO. Yes, with some things, but not when it comes at a cost to our health. I did it. I'm not being a hypocrite here. I partied hard in my teens and my early 20s. I get it. And my body took a hit. I worked out and I lifted and exercised in a way that when you looked at me from the outside world, you thought I was really, really healthy. I had 8% body fat. I was strong. I was able to do impressive athletic things. But inside when I went home and no one saw me, I had terrible gut issues. I was in a lot of pain. My joints hurt. I had blood in my stool every single day. I had high blood pressure. I could barely get out of bed without popping an Adderall and drinking some caffeine. I was not in a good way. I was not in a good way. That's all the thing in the past. 6-7 years ago, changed it all. But at that time, not good. But from the outside world, I had it all. Good looking, in shape. But my goal was never longevity until my health was threatened. And then I had to make the shift. So my goal for you guys is don't wait till you get to that point. True wisdom is listening to someone like me, your parent, the correct medical professional, and seeing what they've done before you, understanding it, recognizing it, and going, dang, I need to make a change here. I got to make a change. I really do. I got to make a change before it hits you. The last part is this. Don't wait too long, guys. Don't wait too long. Just because I've had multiple clients over the years that they waited too long and they're not with us anymore. They just waited too long. Start resolving this now before it's too late. Start taking control. Reevaluate. If you've never thought about your longevity first in all these areas of your life, with your career, with your nutrition, with your physical activity, with your emotional health, whatever it is, if you've never thought about this in detail, I invite you to please take the time to do that. Sit down, understand, look at it, ask for some help. If you have any coaches or therapists or good friends or good parents or a great spouse, talk to them. Make this conversation happen. This is the point of Let's Talk About It, to inspire these thoughts that maybe you haven't thought about before. Okay? It might be a tough conversation, but you're going to feel really good after it. You deserve it for yourself. You guys are worth it. Your best life is ahead of you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.